Let's bring you this conversation now. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula is calling on Johannesburg councillors to deliver essential services to residents or risk losing credibility. The party is continuing with its roll call meetings with its councillors ahead of next year's elections. Mbalula today meeting with the councillors in Johannesburg while party chairperson Gwede Mantashe was in Cape Town. Let's talk to ANC spokesperson Mahlengi Bhengu, who talks to us this evening. Good evening to you, Ms. Bhengu. Good to have you with us. Let's start with the party president, the ANC president, Cyril Ramaphosa, who effectively handed the DA a campaign slogan going into next year's elections, and the DA wasted no time using the very words of the president in order to say what we have been telling you, that where the DA governs, it governs better. Well, that is now their slogan going forward. How bad are things for President Ramaphosa in the ANC?
Well, I think we should conversely ask, well, how bad are things for independent opinion making in our country? Because on the basis, and good evening, Polly, because on the basis of what the president said in his magnanimity, by the way, members of the media should be saying, okay, if there is such good governance in the Western Cape, how has it had a multiplier service delivery effect on the poorest of the poor? And the strange and the most disappointing thing from pioneers such as yourselves is that we're not hearing that, because you needed to just understand the subtext of what the president was saying. Of course, the president also went on to clarify himself, in a wide-ranging interview with the South African Broadcasting Corporation. So for me, it's just quite strange that we are hanging on to a statement made at the roll call without an evidence-based assertion about service delivery in the Western Cape.
All right.
And whether a clean audit is equivalent to improved and real working conditions of our people in the Western Cape, not Constantia, not Landando, not Camps Bay, but where it matters the most.
If indeed we are supposed to think deeper and not look at things at the surface and simply go with what the DA would expectedly do, which is to use this as a campaign tool, why did the president feel it necessary then to do damage control by giving that interview to the South African Broadcasting Corporation?
It wasn't damage control. I need to correct that. It wasn't damage control. It was, the president is actually going to be speaking to a number of media houses, including community media, about the budget orders they issued to councillors of the ANC to be dutiful to the needs of the people of our country and to conduct themselves in a way that is what is expected of them. And so he's really literally on a campaign trail from a media management perspective, and speaking now as the spokesperson of the ANC. That is what he's onto. Yeah. We had to start with South African Broadcasting Corporation for obvious reasons, because the base of the ANC are the people, ordinary people of our country, who rely on radio, Ukozi, rely on Lesedi, Kasisutu, and all of that. I'm sure you can appreciate that. It's not a damage control exercise. There's no damage control that needs to be done. The president was speaking straight from the heart, saying that where the DA gets clean audits as a consequence of what is required of all of us, let's have a look at how they are doing it. Yeah. But goes on to then say in the one-on-one with the Zandile Mbeji that you are referring to, goes on to say, I realized that actually I was taken out of context. And there's no way, as the ANC, we can't elevate councils and municipalities where we are doing excellent work.
Yeah.
We need to communicate more about it, it is the challenge that as ANC communicators welcomed from the president.
I want to talk about the continued roll call discussions that are now taking place at the various regions. But before I leave the president discussion, how true are suggestions being made in today's newspaper articles that there are some who are saying the president should perhaps leave earlier than his term of office?
Yeah, no, I think that's fake. Please treat it as fake news. The president of the ANC enjoys maximum support and reverence on the part of members of the ANC. He's unified the organization. His voice is solid. And there can't be anything of that kind. I don't know where it comes from. But as I say, there's a lot of tabloid journalism that is in our streets. But I can tell you without any equivocation, Oli, that President Cyril Ramaphosa enjoys a lot of respect. He's done a lot for this organization. We have absolutely no buts about it.
Okay.
If my point serves you well.
All right. So let's talk then about what you say is a deeper thinking that is required of people like myself. If we are to take you at what you are suggesting, there is absolutely no reason for the president indeed to do damage control because, as you say, he spoke from the heart. Another person who seemed to drive some home truths is the chairperson of the ANC, Gwede Mantashe, repeating what he said, that councillors are good at disrupting meetings. They're good at singing as opposed to discussing how they're going to improve service delivery. He repeated that today. That's not fake news. He is telling ANC councillors exactly what their behavior is and why the ANC is losing support. Is that not a fact?
Well, members of the media, certainly the ones that I deal with on a daily basis, know the style of our national chairperson, and that he is a way of raising matters in a way that he does, which does not equate to, for example, a suggestion that ANC councillors have no capacity. We've got councillors who are PhD candidates. We have councillors that actually are PhDs in their own right. We have got councillors that are master's graduates, not just one master's degree, and so on. When the national chair raises matters, he's raising matters to those that are not catching the feeling. And the feeling within the ANC is that our people deserve the best.
And at the moment, that best is not what they are getting. As we speak, there was a promise from the mayor in Johannesburg to say within 7 days, within 7 days, water will be restored. The people of Coronation Ville, today, as I speak to you, they say they've got no water. We have that story that we're running.
That's a single story, though, Oli.
It's a single story, you say?
I don't know if you've cast your net wider. Yeah, no, it is a single story. I don't know if you've cast your it's a single story. If you may allow me to respond to you. I don't know if you've cast your net wider to a number of local government fixes that have taken place since the councillor road call. I don't know if Newzroom Afrika is interested in that. I'm more than happy to give you a dossier and evidence of how our councillors have stepped up to the plate. I know that you've noted this particular one, but I'd like for you to do a bit of triangulation on this matter.
All right. Finally, is the ANC going to get any sleepless nights? Helen Zille is officially the DA's candidate for mayor of Johannesburg. Very quickly, if you can.
I see that you ran a poll as Newzroom Afrika. The ethics of it is a story for another day. But I see that South Africans said, well, she's out of touch with what the people of Joburg are looking for. So as the ANC, we're not focused on polls, we're focused on doing that which we need to do to really respond to the intractable challenges that our people are facing and deliver services to them on a daily basis, and where we can't, to give feedback to them on a regular basis.
Mahlengi Bhengu, thank you very much for your time. National spokesperson of the African National Congress.